Hi and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist you in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. So today we are going to be doing a reading for Gemini, and this is going to be for Gemini Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs, as well as for the cross watcher of the Gemini. And sorry, I just realized I didn't shuffle my cards back in from the last reading that I just did. I'm actually feeling this deck for you guys today. So we're going to use the Weaver Tarot to get this started. And this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everyone. Take what fits and leave the rest. I encourage you, if it doesn't resonate, or if you're just curious and you want to watch more videos, to check out your other signs. And if you don't know what your other major placements are, you can go to a website such as astro.com, plug in your birth information, and a chart will be generated for you. Honestly, I hate the charts that are made by most of the websites out there. I would recommend actually that you get an app. Astro Charts. I'm not sure what the original one is. I use Astro Charts Pro for the charts that I do, which is like $19.99, which is really cheap, but there's plenty of free ones too. If you go to one of those free apps, they're much better than what you're going to find online. But whatever your preference is, it definitely helps. The more you understand your astrology, the more you understand yourself. Okay, so we got the Anchor out as your first card, which is the Emperor energy. So that's pretty strong energy to be starting out your reading with. And we also got the Six of Cups. So that's beautiful, Gemini. So the Six of Cups is nostalgia. But in this deck, I see it as reunion. I see it as reconciliation. You got all the roses up here on the mantle, and you've got the clock, which to me suggests timing. And so I'm feeling for some of you guys that this is a reunion. This is the energy of a reunion with, when I think of the Emperor, I think about like divine masculine energy. And so for some of you guys, I'm feeling this as a reunion. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Cups with the Two of Cups under that. So definitely like a past life soulmate or a soulmate from this lifetime coming back into your lives. For many of you, this is, I would say, your divine masculine coming back in. That's definitely the energy that I'm picking up here, which is absolutely beautiful. Such beautiful. Oh my God, you guys. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm just so happy for you guys right now. Like, this is beautiful that I'm picking up that energy. Yeah. I mean, that's it, right? This is somebody, the Emperor is Aries energy, right? But it's somebody who's very cool, very calm, very collected, very ambitious and successful, who knows what they want and knows how to go after it. Someone who's very strategic. This is also Mars energy, right? And so I'm feeling like the Emperor represents Aries, right? Which is ruled by Mars. And so I'm feeling for a lot of you guys, this is something to do with Mars retrograde, like during or the Mars transit in Aries. And somehow throughout this transit, which is going to last until the end of 2020, it's like your divine masculine energy is getting an upgrade. Your inner divine masculine energy, and also the energy for any of you who are in a twin flame connection or a soulmate connection with someone who is being upgraded as well. Like the divine masculine energy is receiving a serious upgrade. And something about this Mars and Aries transit and this way that the masculine energy is up-leveling is bringing about a reunion or a union for those of you who have not met somebody yet. You are going to, and those of you who are waiting on a reconciliation, that may be coming as well. So that's pretty cool. And then what popped out here, we had the Ten of Wands. And so the Ten of Wands is all those burdens that we're carrying, right? And releasing those burdens. And so that's something that I feel like you guys have been working on a lot, is putting all of those burdens down, whatever those burdens are for you. For some of you, those burdens are the expectations of other people, the expectations of yourself. For some of you, these are like way too many responsibilities, right? For a lot of you, it's like that inner critic, that inner voice that's very heavy and burdensome, right? And coming into this Emperor energy, you guys are coming into this energy of being this Emperor, right? And so that's how you attract the Emperor. For those of you who that is that divine masculine energy coming back into your life or coming into your life for the first time, it's because you become that energy. You embody that energy and then you draw that energy in. And so it's just releasing whatever was not serving you. For a lot of you guys, I think this was a lot of those habits, those old belief systems, all of that stuff, especially around your empowerment and your ability to stand in your truth and find your voice. Like releasing all of that stuff so that you can then up level to this next phase of your journey and become and embody and step into that masculine energy. In this deck, the Emperor is called the Anchor, which is really interesting. So like really finding your footing, right? Like being anchored, being secure, being grounded, really stepping into that. And then we have the World, right, which is the end of a cycle. And that came out with the 9 of Swords, right? So this is just confirming this 10 of Wands, what you're putting down here. This is the end of that cycle, and that cycle is the mental fuckery, right? The 9 of Swords is mental entrapment. It's anxieties, it's fears, it's worries, it's nightmares. It's staying awake at night with insomnia, right? With your brain just like racked with anxiety and chaos. Moving out of that energy, you're closing out that cycle. And that is allowing you to step into and embody this energy and attract this energy into your reality. And everything that happened had to happen for you in perfect divine timing, right? It had to happen, right? Just exactly the way that it did. You had to look, for a lot of you, this part of the 6 of Cups too was having to look back at your childhood, having to look back at different aspects of your life and really understand all of like how that played into who you became so that you could then heal those wounds and move beyond those. I'm definitely feeling that energy as well. And Temperance is the energy of healing, right? It's the energy of balance. It's the energy of all of that sweetness, right? That patience, right? Really needing to have patience on this journey. And then the Ace of Cups under that. Hello. Yes, this is romantic love, but this is also self-love, you guys. Like this whole new cycle of self-love that you're moving into. And when you do, when you become this Emperor energy, when your cup overflows from within, right? That's when you attract this 10 of Cups, this 2 of Cups, that energy that is a match for you and who you are, right? And you bring all of that goodness into your lives. So that is absolutely beautiful. I'm really, really loving that energy for you guys. Yeah. And for those of you who are possibly in a separation from someone, and that is a reunion energy that I'm feeling for you, I feel like a lot of that energy in the past was just like believing that it was too good to be true and not trusting it. I think that was something that a lot of you had to do, that you went through. And there may have been an energy of possibly taking on too much for the other person, right? That 10 of Wands energy, carrying too much of their journey on your own back, and maybe not having enough energy to focus on your own healing because you were always worried about them. And sort of you're learning that balance. You're learning just this whole process, even for those of you that doesn't resonate with for a person, this is like, that's been a part of your healing path as well. It's like learning how to care for yourselves as much as you care for others. Learning that balance. Learning how to give to yourself as much as you give to others, and how to receive from others, right? All of that good stuff that you guys were learning. And so now I'm actually... And then we had the 9 of Cups that ends on the bottom of the deck, which is complete wish fulfillment, right? That's that genie in a bottle energy. And so we're going to, I'm going to pull a couple Beyond Lemuria oracle cards for you guys and see what else this deck has to say. But yeah, there's definitely love coming in for some of you, reunion coming in for some of you. And that is absolutely beautiful. But what's more beautiful than that is just the process that got you to that point and the level of self-love that you have now, and like this own inner journey that you've gone on, and this up-leveling in your own spiritual path. That's what's most exciting, in my opinion, for you guys. All right. What do we have for Gemini? Okay. All right. So we have perfect balanced forces, right? We're talking about that balance, that even give and take. We're also talking, I mean, this card is, we're talking about the balance of the masculine and the feminine as well when it comes to balanced forces, our inner masculine, our inner feminine, and that journey that you guys have been on of that, right? And that is when we achieve that inner union is when we then are open and able to achieve union with a counterpart, right? Because we are whole and complete in ourselves and in our vibration. Our inner masculine and feminine energies are balanced, and that is what attracts in another balanced energy. So that's really beautiful, just learning how to balance all of the different sides, all of the different aspects, like we were talking about with the give and take, right? The exchange of energy, the self-care as well, right? Dialing back, not taking on too much from others if we're not able to hold that for them, like learning all of that. That's that balanced forces energy. And the journey to wholeness, like how perfect is that? That's this journey that you guys have been on, that journey into the wholeness of your being, uniting those aspects of yourselves, being whole and complete within yourselves, right? When we are whole and complete within ourselves, when we don't need anything from anyone else, that's when we then receive, right? Which is ironic, is like once we no longer need it, that's when it comes. And so that's to the point where you guys are getting at. And then we have new blueprints, which is beautiful, right? So this is like whole new ways of being, whole new ways of seeing the world. We are going to read this card and see what else it says, but I love that for you guys. That's really exciting, right? Stepping up into the next phase of your spiritual journey, like a serious spiritual up level for you guys. And then we have Mount Shasta. I love that too. Oh, these cards are so cool. So we are going to read Mount Shasta and new blueprints from, and that's interesting because they are 37 and 38, and these cards are shuffled. So, all right. Your origins, the seeds that make you what and who you are, star beings, sacred power places, unexplained mystical phenomena, intuitive messages and downloads, dreams and visions. Woo! I love it. Yes. Mount Shasta seems to have a connection to star beings and portals to multiple worlds and parallel realities. Yes, I love that. This card is about origins. It is time to honor and look more deeply into your ancestry, both your bloodline and your etheric lineage. Do you have an affinity with any star beings? Connecting with them might allow you greater insight into your traits, your strengths, and challenges. Perhaps you have a Lemurian connection. This card may also be encouraging you to visit sacred places you feel attracted to. They may have an intuitive message for you. I love that. And weren't we talking about this, like looking back at childhood and stuff like that? And so now that you've healed that, and you've understood how your ancestry, your lineage, your childhood, right, helped sort of create who you are now, right? Now you're going back even further. You're going back to your star origins, and you're learning about yourself through the eyes of that, which is really interesting. And really being called, I feel you guys being called to connect more with the star beings who are wanting to connect with you and wanting to aid you and to help you in this next level of your evolution as you are instilling these new blueprints, right? And we are going to read that now. But yeah, anywhere that you're, and we talk about this a lot, right? Like if you are encouraged to travel somewhere, it's not just intuitive messages. Sometimes aspects of our being are like, these new blueprints are unlocked when we go to these places, right? It's like these aspects that have lain dormant inside of us are triggered by the energies of certain places, certain vortexes, certain ley lines, certain these places that we visit unlock these potentials within us. And so like really, if there is somewhere that you are able to travel to right now, that you're being gone to travel, Gemini, travel there. And then be the change you wish to see is an empowering mantra to remind us that we can step up and create the blueprints for the world we want to know. Powerful, meaningful change starts with you today. And this is Emperor energy, right? Despite our desire to see change, we can be overwhelmed by all that is going on in the world, and making a positive impact can seem impossible. It is healthy to have an interest in what is happening around us, but it is important not to become so disheartened that we can't find the inner light to ignite even the tiniest upward spiral of movement. There is still so much natural beauty on this incredible blue planet, and there are organizations and solo game changers creating amazing transformation all the time. Yes, they are. Yes, we are, right? Shift your focus onto what is possible rather than what isn't. I want to repeat that again. Shift your focus onto what is possible rather than what isn't. Stepping forward with action, right, Emperor, however small, will benefit the vibration of the planet in some way. We have more of a voice than we realize. As consumers, we can direct our energy and make a difference through ethical choices. By stepping out of our own needs and wants, we can help someone less privileged. We can pick up trash, be present with someone, or smile at those we share a path with. Small acts create a ripple of goodness in the world. Consider how all beings can co-inhabit this glorious planet. Could you design a blueprint for ethical, compassionate, heart-centered living? What would the guardians of this earth need to be? How would they feel about themselves? What can you do to uphold this? This card inspires action, no matter how small, that will create a ripple of light in the world. You are part of a bigger picture, a greater story, and your actions, your choices, your presence are making a difference. You have more power than you realize. Focus on what you can do and do it well. Change takes time, so make plans and start now. Right? We got the Temperance card, which is all about patience, but this is all about action, and this is all about knowing. For those of you who have been feeling as though you can't possibly make a difference, like you were too small of a fish in too big of a pond, and you've been worried that the ripples that you're making are not big enough to be of any real consequence, this card is confirmation for you that that is absolute bullshit. That is not true. You are making a massive difference with every little thing that you do, right? So step more into that. Step more into your power. Step more into your voice. Step more. Take whatever those steps are that you're being urged to take. Take those steps, and do not allow that part of you, right? That little ego voice to tell you that it doesn't matter, that you don't matter, that you can't make a difference. You absolutely do, and you absolutely can. And you have this fleet of star beings, your star ancestors, standing behind you, wanting to assist you in that process. So call on them and allow them to guide you as well. I really love that. That's beautiful. And then underneath we have vulnerability. Really opening up to allowing yourselves to be vulnerable, right? And so this isn't always easy for Gemini energy. You guys are air energy, which is funny because air is right underneath that. That's a gorgeous card. Right? Paradigm shift, right? These are the paradigms that you are shifting. But it's like part of this paradigm shift for you guys is allowing yourselves to be vulnerable. Air is not a super emotional sign. It's very logic based. It's very cerebral, especially Gemini energy. You guys you're constantly in your heads, right? And so it's asking you to get back into your hearts, to really allow yourselves to be vulnerable and see that vulnerability as a strength. Right? That's that in this reality, right, that we live in, that we are breaking out of now, vulnerability is seen as a hindrance. It's seen as a handicap, but it can be our greatest asset. So really open up to your own vulnerability. Show that to others. That could be part of this difference that you're making, this new blueprint, right, that you're creating, this paradigm shift, is showing people that it's okay to be emotional. It's okay to be vulnerable, to show their weakness, right, and to being vulnerable doesn't make us weak. It makes us relatable, right? It makes us empathetic. It makes us human. We are all vulnerable. And it's like, don't, like those defenses that you've had up, it's allowing those to break down, right? And to really know, like, when we feel safe and when we trust in spirit to have our back, we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, because we know that, like, we don't have to be constantly on guard protecting ourselves, right? Because we're already safe and we are already protected. Yes. Yes, and then this is about holding space, right? Holding space to allow other people to experience their own vulnerability, right? And to feel safe in doing that. Oh my God, this air card is so cool. I love it. I love it. And it's number 13, which is such a beautiful number, right? If you guys watch the daily readings, you know there are the 13 tones of creation. I personally believe that there are 13 dimensions. The 13th dimension, as far as I'm concerned, is the dimension that encompasses all 12 dimensions, right? Because we are all one unified whole. 13 is the unified whole. It is moving out of the individual into unity, complete unity. And so this says, we are in a time of great change, and the speed of our evolution is increasing exponentially. With our advancing technology and ability to communicate, more knowledge and power are available to us as individuals than we have had for centuries. There are also more platforms where we can share this information. So this is all about sharing information. This is about what ways can you communicate your truth and share the information of love? How can you share love? How can you share your wisdom? How can you share your love? This is also, faith, winged helpers, intention, inspiration, and change. So this is all of the energies that we were talking about for you guys, right? Winged helpers, your celestial helpers, right? Your angels, all of them standing behind you. The change in the communication are just huge. Like change, like allowing people to, that's it. We already talked about it. I don't know why I do this with the book sometimes. We already talked about it. Allowing people to communicate and holding space for them to communicate and experience their vulnerability in a safe manner. You guys, that's something, that's a gift that you have, or something that you're being called to embrace more, and to embrace that within yourselves as well. As you are learning this, you can then teach other people this. Yeah. All right, do I want to do anything else for you guys? Yeah, I want to grab you a couple Archangel Power cards as well, and just see what energy we have from this deck. For some of you guys too, like being in this Emperor energy, for those of you who are in a separation from someone, you may need to communicate. You may need to get vulnerable and take that first step to communicate what's truly in your heart. Because some of these new blueprints that we are creating as well are the blueprints around love, right? This is something that especially Twin Flames are here to do, is to create new blueprints around what love looks like and how that is experienced and expressed. And so you may have to get vulnerable and step outside of your comfort zone and initiate some communication in order to get the ball rolling for this. So that's going to be for some of you guys too. And so you got one, the Magician. You can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear. Successful beginnings. That's beautiful energy to be moving into, right? As you embrace your inner Emperor, you become the Magician. Right? And the Eight of Ariel. Take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. So really step it up. Start getting confident in yourself. Start getting confident in the path that you're wanting to take, right? If there's a class you've been thinking about taking, take that class. Get that extra certification. Learn about that thing that's moving you, that's exciting you. And step into whatever, like you can, like there is so much potent manifestation energy around whatever it is that you are considering doing. And so this, because this is like Eight of Pentacles energy. So this is like really stepping up that aspect of your lives and really just delving into whatever it is that you want to learn. Like there are so many, like, what is it, if you could do one thing, right? If you could put effort into one area of your life to really make that blossom and to create what you want to create, what area would that be, and what concrete steps can you take toward that right now? Because the energy is supporting you and manifesting that. For a lot of you guys, this has to do with career and life path purpose. Even if it's just taking one little class that gets you a little bit more involved and moving in that direction, then absolutely do it. Utilize this newfound confidence. And then this almost popped out, and for some reason my energy or my mind is being drawn to it, and this would be like the devil card energy, but in this deck it's decision. Release yourself from that which holds you back, a need to detox, unnecessary worry based on a lack of self-confidence. So that's an energy that a lot of you guys have been in for a while, right? And so it's like continuing to release yourselves from this energy. This is the cycle that you guys are moving out of, right? This is this cycle right here, the Nine of Swords, ending that cycle that we talked about, right? That's what it was. It's worrying, not having the confidence, not knowing that you have what it takes, not being confident that you have what it takes to achieve your goals, and moving out of that energy into this new cycle, into this Emperor, this Magician energy, going after taking those concrete steps to go after what it is that you want, and just knowing that you can do that. And like when we cut the deck, on the other flip side of this card is this card, right? Which is the Ace of Ariel, which is the Ace of Pentacles. Boom. It's your lucky day. New resources of money, time, or support, a change in job or promotion. Go after it. Whatever it is that you want, you have the energy behind you to succeed, to be successful. Under that, again, we have the Emperor coming out again for you guys. Stability and efficiency, taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans. Put those plans into action. Now that you have this newfound confidence, you can do it. You are ready, and you will attract the people and the resources that you need to get it done. And for some of you guys, that includes a twin flame situation, or somebody coming in who also has similar goals and is on a similar wavelength that will continue to inspire you to be better. But that inspiration first comes from you, right? And then the action follows. Taking that action sets this all in motion, right? And then under that leap of faith, the Fool card, right? Believe in yourself, listen to your heart, do what gives you joy. That's it. Follow your joy, follow your bliss. Know that you're worth it. Know that you can have it, and it will all be yours. I love you guys so very much. Looks like it's going to be a very exciting month for you, Gemini. And as I'm shuffling, what pops out on the bottom here? New beginnings, card 20, which would be the Judgment card in the traditional deck. Starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. Yes, yes. So for some of you guys, this is reconciliation. For all of you guys, right? This is finding your purpose, starting a new life. Like, you guys, you are ready. You've got this. You can do this. You have everything inside of you to create the future that you are wanting, the future that is waiting and ready for you to step into it, to embrace it. I love you all. This is going to be an exciting and dynamic month for you guys. And by month, I mean this is about a 30-day. I mean, time is fluid, so it could be any amount of time, really. But we're looking at least probably a 30-day period. Like, this is dated September. It's mid-September now. So between now and when I do your guys' next reading, right? Or whenever you stumble upon this. Time is fluid, so everyone finds it when they're meant to. But this upcoming time period from whenever you view this video is going to be incredible. So powerful, so beautiful, so much amazing energy for you guys to really embrace. Like, really take the bull by the horns and go after what it is that you want. And then, so funny, on the bottom of the deck, final card, the Two of Michael, which is the Two of Swords, right? It will all be better if you just make a decision. Overanalyzing a problem, find a compromise. Just make a move, you guys. Make a move. Know whatever move it is that you're being called to make is divinely guided. So just go with it. Go with it. Stay in this flow. Seize the moment. Ride this wave, and it will take you to some incredible places. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, share, subscribe. You guys know the drill. It helps this channel so much when you do. I appreciate every single one of you. Leave a comment below. Let me know how this video resonated. Let me know how your September into October is going. There's a link down below to donate if you feel so moved to do so. I deeply appreciate any and all donations. They help me to continue putting out this free content that I love making for you guys. And my services are below as well with my email. Reach out to me if you want a personal reading, if you want an energy healing, an ascension transit chart, whatever. I do a whole bunch of different things. I would love to do them for you. I love you. I appreciate you. I will talk to you soon.